We're back with another video, another late night episode. We got a couple finishing touches to do on the titanium silver E39 M5. I have to re-bleed the front brakes. I want to take off the carbon diffuser and put back a stock one. I want to take off the strut bar, and I also want to switch off the BBS CHs for stock wheels. We have the Avis one in the garage. I got a few finishing touches to do as well. We got to put on the rest of these kick plates, clean them up. I started doing it. I never got around to finishing it, but I got to put these back on both cars. Got to put back the cabin air filter boxes, which is quick, and basically just move a few things around. I got a bunch of stuff laying around. I want to get this car basically back to being good as it's going to get tonight. We just got to do a couple finishing touches, and then we should be good. So let's go ahead and first knock out bleeding the brakes. Let's go to titanium silver M5 and get that one done. I'm by myself, so I don't have anybody to pump the brakes. I already pumped it a bunch of times before doing any of this and opening the reservoir. So hopefully the pressure from the actual bleeder and putting 10 psi will hopefully allow me to do this without needing somebody else to pump the brakes. I will see if this works. If not, worst case, I'll just have to wait again until somebody else. I could try to run over there and pump it myself, but I would rather just see if this will work. Hopefully we can get the air out of the lines. These brake lines were left open for quite some time, so there should be quite a bit of air in the system. I already topped it off, so let's go ahead and crack this open and see how this is gonna turn out. It is extremely dark, but I just bled the brakes on the titanium silver M5 and did the wheel swap. So this car actually looks way better on the Style 65s versus the BBSs. Now that the car is back to basically stock, it looks fantastic on the stock wheels, and I much prefer the BBSs on the Avis blue car. Stop tech brakes look beautiful behind these wheels. I used a thicker spacer, so I don't have any rubbing issues or anything. The only thing is it's very close to the fender. There's barely any room for play, so I might have to raise it a tiny bit. For some reason, I'm using the power bleeder. I am by myself. I did go through quite a bit of fluid, so I topped off the reservoir. I hooked up the power bleeder, put it up to 10 psi, went in the car, pumped the brakes, and then came over here and cracked the bleeder. A bunch of air bubbles came out. A bunch of stuff was still in the line apparently. I closed it, pumped the brakes again, opened it, and still it came out clear fluid. Everything looked fine. I wasn't seeing any more bubbles, so I closed it, went to the other side, same process. And for some reason the pedal is still super spongy and the brakes are very, very delayed. All I did was move it forward. I could tell right away that the brakes were very spongy. The pedal basically just goes to the floor. There is some pressure. You can definitely feel that it's trying to work, but it's not. So this is the second time it's been bled. I don't know if I just need to do a different method. I did look up more methods because I don't know, maybe I'm not doing it correctly. And I did exactly what everyone was saying. I thought, damn, maybe I'm stupid. Maybe I'm missing something obvious, but no, I did exactly what everyone recommended. And I'm still getting a very spongy line. So I don't know, maybe if the fluid that's in the car currently and the fluid that I'm putting in, I don't know, maybe if they're not mixable. Maybe I had to do a full flush for it to go back and get actually the pedal feel back. That might be an option, or maybe again, I'm just not doing it right. I did have my friend pump the brakes last time, and we were bleeding it that way. That didn't work. I closed off the valve, pumped it, then reopened it. That didn't work. There's really no bubbles coming out. I even tried, going back and forth a few times, and it was just clear fluid coming out. So maybe it needs a full flush, or maybe I'm missing something, but this car still has no pressure. We did the Avis blue car before. That car has brakes now, no problem. That ended up bleeding perfectly fine. So I don't know, a little bit lost. Maybe one of you guys can help me. I've literally never had to bleed brakes. I don't know how. In the 5 years of literally doing all these projects, working on cars, doing all these other things, I've never had to bleed brakes. I just never had to change a caliper. Obviously I've done rotor and pads on countless amount of cars. I do apologize for the wind noise. But in 5 years, I've never done any caliper swaps or any big brake kits. Luckily I just haven't needed to, and I haven't come across a big brake kit. So I guess you're never too old to keep learning. We got a lot of things to learn anyway on the channel, and you guys are gonna be here with me. You guys end up being a lot more knowledgeable than me, so drop in the comments below, what am I missing, or do I just got to go at it and do it again? So let me know in the comments below. Now let's go over to the rear of the car. This car looks so good on the Style 65s. There's not much to take off. I do want to make a little template and take off the badge. We're gonna take off this carbon diffuser, which has definitely seen better days, but we're either gonna leave it as is because the Avis blue paint is so messed up, or I could possibly sand it down and re-clear it. That might work. I really do want to take these mufflers, but again, if I'm selling this car, I really don't want to go through as much work as possible. I could cut it off and just sell it with no mufflers. This car I guess it's kind of gonna be a rougher example when it's up for sale. I don't know, maybe we'll just cut them and take them and leave this car basically with the mufflers off, because either way this car has a ton of exhaust leaks and a ton of problems. So that is going to be something that I'm going to have to look into. And as far as, let's see if this pops, and coming into here, I do want to take this rear strut bar. So let's go ahead and start taking off whatever we can. And actually this car is a 2000 and it has facelift taillights. Let me see, do we got a Hella emblem? Yes, we do. So OEM facelift tails. I might debate on taking these. Let me see if I want to make sure it has a harness, make sure it's not all spliced. And it is spliced. So let me look at the other car and see what we're working with. But if this is a splice and cut, I don't want it. If they were, you know, the harness that adapts, then of course I would take it. But let me look at this side. I think these are spliced. Yeah, these are all spliced together. I don't want to mess with this. There's literally wires missing and self-spliced. I don't even remember what's in this car, but I guess we're gonna end up leaving those. It's all good. I got facelift in the garage. I think I have 2 more sets, so not the end of the world. This car will be staying on them, I guess. So let me take apart this trunk carpet and let's see what we're working with for the strut bar. Man, everything about this car, or about both of these cars, every single thing turns into a whole hassle and a whole project. So what's supposed to be coming over here and literally just unbolting this and taking it out, the holes they drilled or whatever they did, these bolts are just spinning in place. The bracket is kind of loose and they're just sitting there spinning. I'm trying to hopefully put some force onto the bracket and kind of back the bolt off. Hopefully, I'm trying. I don't think it's gonna work. I don't know what else I can do. I'm gonna sit here and try for a little bit longer, but this might be the unfortunate part of half of these parts might be stuck on this car. These brakes were off, but the Avis blue car, those were stuck on. So now the stop tech has to stay here. This exhaust is terribly welded and everything is a mess. So I could add to it or leave it stuck on here. This strut brace is actually kind of stuck on here. I looked at the PDF and they do say you have to drill the holes and you have to basically do that part yourself. That's not factory. So of course, whoever built this car didn't do the best of the job. Seeing everything that we've taken off, seeing the spliced wiring, the bracket that was cut for the Dynon intakes, the exhaust that's welded is mangled and there's holes everywhere. And the overall condition of this car was pretty good when we got it, but as we started taking things off and realizing what was underneath this car, yeah, everything was not the best shape. Like there's just janky stuff all around. Like I don't know why this would need to be electrical taped. The bar is stuck there. So now I'm at the point of what do I just leave on the car and what is worth transferring over. I don't believe the strut bars in the rear are actually that much. They should be, I think they're like $100 cheaper or something, and they should still be available from Dynon. Of course, it would be nicest to take one for free, but this is not looking like it's in my favor. Besides, looking at this bar right now, This is this is extremely crooked. You can see there's like a thumbs gap right here, and you go over here. It's not quite the thumb of the gap. Yeah, this car is not my favorite right now. So the brakes won't bleed. This is stuck on there. Stop techs are stuck on here. I would love to grab these, but those are jankily wired. Damn, I'm trying to make some good content for you guys, and these cars are fighting me both ways. I don't know what's going on. I gotta go to work tomorrow, so I'm not trying to stay out here too late. It looks great with these wheels, but I got no idea. The one thing that is crazy is that I always think, like, when you get a bunch of this stuff, like, you don't realize it at the moment, but a lot of stuff works out for the future. I bought my first E39 M5 in 2020, I believe, 2019 or 2020, right when COVID hit, like the week or two before the pandemic actually shut everything down and we went into quarantine and the curfews. I was in Phoenix buying my first E39 M5, the titanium silver with Le Mans blue interior. I will forever miss that car. It is local here. I do know who has it. I am in contact. He does watch the channel, so if you're watching, comment down below. I still want that car back. I just want the interior. Literally, I just want the interior. But when I bought that car, it came with a diffuser similar like this, but just a plastic one, not the carbon one. And he threw in a titanium silver stock diffuser. And now, literally, I've been holding on to that for 5 years basically, and now today's the day it's gonna come into use. I'm gonna take the carbon one off and put the stock Titan one I have that's been sitting on my shelf for 5 years. That's crazy. I never knew that, you know, holding on to that when I was 19, never knew that today would be the day I would need it, being that I have two of these cars and having that car been long gone. But it's just crazy to think back and say, damn, like, you've been holding on to something for so long and you never knew what it was going to be used for, and today's the day we got a use for it. So let me go grab that and let's at least swap that. Another thing too is that if you guys see me reaching in all these parts bins, like I got interior trim, I have so many sets of stuff. If you guys see me reaching in any of these bins and you want something or you need something, comment down below. I'll always be willing to work something out or figure something out. Literally, after parting out all these cars and just over the years, literally all these bins are just full of parts. I don't think I have anything rare right now. I don't think I have anything crazy. I did get rid of a lot of stuff, but I have full sets of interior trims, full OEM speakers from when I did the BAV sound speakers, a bunch of random interior parts, E92 M3 auto control valve, a bunch of random, man, I don't even know. I got E46 M3 random bits, E39 M5 bits, tons of E39 pieces, some of this stuff, facelift airbags. But here's what I need. Also have a stock M-Tech diffuser for a 540. It's literally brand new, never been used. Like 4 front grills, lower plenum, and here we go. Literally what I've been holding on to for years. And here we go. Stock titanium diffuser. And hopefully the carbon one will look nice on this car. But let's go back over to the M5 and let's swap at least this out. Should be quick and simple. Should only be probably 2 bolts and some clips, which actually right here, 2 bolts and some clips. So let's go ahead and take this off. Guess what? Not as simple as this should be. 2 different size bolts. Let's go ahead and find out what it is. Okay, we successfully have swapped the diffuser. This is fully back to stock. It was 2 different size bolts and there was only 3 of them. This is the carbon one. It's definitely seen better days, but I believe that it is, you know, good enough for now. The actual real carbon ones are like $200 or $300 on the cheap side, plus you got to pay for shipping and have to wait a crazy amount of time. So if I could just re-clear that, it'll be good enough for now. A lot of them will get banged up over time anyway, just because of the heat of the exhaust. Let me know what you guys think. Should we cut off the exhaust, keep the Dynon mufflers, leave this car with no mufflers and just sell it as is? Or should I be the better guy and just leave it as is and give someone actual complete exhaust? Still not gonna be good, still gonna have exhaust leaks, probably gonna sound exactly the same. Honestly, I think the car would sound better without the mufflers just because there's so many exhaust leaks. It'll just be another point where it won't have to go through and give that exhaust rattle and hear the leak noise. That's my theory, but let me know what you guys think. Also, if you guys are interested in buying this car, I know you just watched me destroy it for about a month, but this car still will be in very good condition and an absolutely amazing base. I did drive this car 10 hours home from when picking it up in exact condition. It is still doing that check engine light thing, but the car actually runs perfectly fine. It just sounds a little weird on idle. On the, you know, you guys probably are well aware of it, but all it does is that little bounce on idle before it dies down. And other than that, the car runs perfectly fine, all power there, doesn't do anything weird, just has a bunch of little issues now. We are gonna get the brakes bled and that figured out. I messed up the interior by putting the ugly interior in there. But if you guys are interested in buying this, of course, I will offer you guys a cheaper price than what I'm gonna post online and on Marketplace. It's probably gonna be a high price, but I'm gonna post this car for like 14 and just wait for the hopefully higher low balls and see if anybody wants to take it or trade for an E46 M3. But for you guys, I honestly want to get 12. If this car takes forever to sell at 12, I'll go down to 11, but I definitely want to stay above 10 into that 11 and 12 range. It will have brand new, basically OEM style 65s. Still has the $5,000 Stop Tech BBK. Will most likely end up being left with the dine-in rear strut bar, possibly the dine-in rear mufflers. But other than that, it does have all the OEM bumpers, OEM panels. Paint is literally in perfect condition. It has a few dents and dings, but I believe everything can be PDR'd out. But OEM bumpers, OEM panels, paint amazing. Other than that, it's basically been a rebuilt motor. It has literally service records up to 320,000 miles. It's only been non-dealer serviced for 20K miles, and now it's in this condition. So I guess if you don't know how to work on your car, send it to the dealer. But apparently this car has a full motor rebuild. Looking in the timing chain guide, looking in the oil cap hole, the guides look brand new. The whole motor looks silver. This car was on YouTube before and it was in perfect condition. I don't know what happened. I don't know if they messed it up and then sold it, or I don't know if the owner that bought it off of that guy and then sold it to me, I don't know if he's the one that messed it up. But this car sold for $22,000 before I bought it. So yeah, I don't want to let this go to waste, but I don't drive this car and I don't want to. So if somebody wants to buy this off YouTube and continue the legacy, let me know down in the comments below. I really hate to see this car go. This car was great to me the 3 times I drove it. I literally have not driven this car since buying it. But all along I knew it was going to be a parts car. So let's go ahead and make a ghetto template for this dine-in badge and get this off of here. Such a small thing, but such a big difference. Putting in OEM good condition kick plates. The seats are in immaculate condition. They look absolutely amazing. This combo is so good. Avis blue on Silverstone, fresh kick plate. That's a good combo. That makes me happy. One thing out of the way. BBS wheels are on, extremely dirty. Don't worry about all that. That's not part of this. Comes down here, wonderful, wonderful. Look, nice paint. Damn, look how good that paint is. Oh God, that's so, wait. Never mind, I'll take it back. That's about it for the night. The titanium silver M5 is almost fully back to stock. Let me know if you guys have any option for that strut bar. Maybe, I don't know, I don't think I'm missing anything, but there's no way to put that pressure on it. If you guys have any tips or tricks, or if you've had any incident where that bolt in the rear is just spinning and spinning and spinning, let me know. Maybe it might be something simple that I'm just not thinking about, but let me know down below if you guys have any option for that. Also, let me know, do we take off the dine-in mufflers? I did look under there once again and they look to be clamped. I think I can just unclamp them and take them off. The clamp looks very sketchy and it might be welded. I can't really tell, but I ordered the quick tool to just whatever, that little chain link that goes over and you ratchet it off. Let me know if we should take those, or if we should leave them on the muffler, or we should leave the titanium car with the mufflers. If you're interested in that, let me know. And as far as Avis goes, we are sitting pretty with the carbon diffuser on the blue. Super hard to see right now because of how dark it is in my camera, but I got a quick glimpse of this when my headlights turn on, and it looked absolutely beautiful. So we are back on BBS all around, which I much prefer it. To be honest, these wheels are pretty rough, but for some reason it just didn't look so well with brand new, basically stock 65s refinished. So it looks much better with some ratty wheels, ratty car, ratty wheels. Fits it much better. But I'm liking how this is looking right now. Still have not driven this car. Literally have done all this work, have not driven it. We have the replicas. I think these are vouched for. I think someone's gonna pick them up tomorrow. I cleaned up a little bit, still got the Apexes. Probably gonna sell these, they don't fit anything, and we are cleaned up. So that's about it for this episode. Once again, I wanted to get more work done, but it's been a busy week. It's been pretty hectic, and you know, I really hate when you're trying to get something done and it doesn't work out. So kind of bummed about that. This is two back-to-back, or three, I should say, three back-to-back episodes that are not really going in my favor. Anyways, enough rambling. I appreciate you guys. I do definitely want to grow the channel and get these cars where I think they want to be and where I just think they deserve to be. So like, comment, and subscribe. We'll get back to the episodes later, boys.